I am Adarael. I am playing Jason Carter, the vault-dwelling snappy dresser who's been raised on a steady diet of film noir and westerns.
Hello, I am Alereg. I am playing Dr. Carl Hoffman, the man who is trying to, keep most of these together with a unfailing medical plan. Drugs.
Hi there, I'm Termite, and I'll be playing Iris, the synth, who's got a curse gun, but it's fine, it's not actually cursed. Cursed aren't real.
And I'm Solomon, and I am the man who laid that curse. I mean, the overseer for this evening. Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
Good evening.
When we last left off, our intrepid survivors had managed to make their way into the big empty and found themselves in a room with a whole bunch of various sentient appliances. Be it a sentient toaster, a sentient sink, that kind of thing. After being berated a little bit by the toaster, they managed to get a map of the general area that told them where they would need to go to find key cards that would let them into the area where the think tank now makes their home. After a rather intense ghoul attack in the ruins of Little Yangtze, the survivors had managed to grab one of the key cards and have a short, very terse conversation with one of the think tank, a scientist by the name of Dr. Klein. Making their way to the second location, they had another conversation with a Dr. Dalla, seemingly another member of the think tank, who mentioned that apparently they had been kept under some kind of haze, some kind of poison, and now were free to do as they please, thinking very clearly. She then dropped the survivors down into the guts of the medical facility where they were working to grab a key card and perhaps the medical power armor that was found behind a force field as well, only to then find themselves at the mercy of what seemed to be akin to old school sci-fi pulp spacesuits that had corpses that still inside of them, acting as the internal framework for them. As our crew looks around, they see that apparently Chanel and Maisie have been dropped elsewhere, but Carter, you get a voice on your Pip-Boy.
Hello, Chief?
Do not worry. I have them. They will be safe until you retrieve them.
Is that the voice of the mainframe when we first arrived?
No, this is a different voice. The mainframe was more like posh British. This was more of a more effeminate but very robotic type of voice. Less sort of personality behind it, more just even.
Okay, I don't know who you are, but thanks.
I am the medical facility's AI. Don't worry. I will make sure that your friends are safe. I just ask that you please make your way back upstairs through the danger suits. Be careful. We only have so much Med-X.
All right, well, you heard the robot on my arm. I guess up and out.
And as you get up and dust yourselves off, you can see that out of various rooms that are having their doors slide open, there are a few of these suits that are coming out just very stiff, as the bodies themselves seem to be still fairly stiff, but also just looking like they are grabbing at either, some of them have what look to be small caliber guns, and others look to have axes similar to the axe that Carter has.
Right, well.
Yeah, this is gonna go well.
Alrighty, and I believe with initiative, it is Iris, shockingly enough.
I do believe so.
No. 17 initiative?
I would never be able to go first.
Never.
Anyway, so I have this new gun that I want to try out.
Oh, you're going to shoot the Magnum Nomicon?
Yeah, how far away are they?
There are... Basically, there looks to be about 2 at every range band. So there are 2 that are close, 2 that are at medium range, 2 at long range. There aren't any extreme range because that curves up further, deeper into the facility.
So 6. Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's not too bad. I'm getting reports that I'm unable to be heard. Hold on.
Unfortunate.
Fine, I'm not real. I'm not actually here.
Much like birds, you are not real.
True.
I mean, it's all robots.
Don't know why they wouldn't be able to hear me. Everything is saying they can hear me.
Because it's all voice activated. You have to yell Fatang Cthulhu.
I'll just casually yell praise Cthulhu at 8 o'clock at night. I'm sure that'll go over well with my neighbors. Can anybody at home hear me?
It would not be an HHS stream if it did not have some technical difficulties.
Okay, apparently I'm just very quiet.
You're just very quiet, so start screaming.
Alternately increase the volume.
I mean, volume of your voice, your output, whatever.
It'll turn up your
Hello?
gain. Hi, there we go.
Is this better?
I mean, we can actually hear you a little bit clearer, so that's good.
Yeah. You turned up your gain. There you go.
Ah, there we
Yeah.
go. Perfect.
Apparently my microphone was set to like 55%.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that'd do it.
Yeah.
That would do it.
All right. Where was I? Oh yeah, I'm gonna shoot a fucker.
You're going to shoot a fucker with a cursed gun.
It's fine, it's not cursed. Curses aren't real. We've been over this. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot one of the ones. You said there's one at every range band, so I'm just gonna go with one of the ones at close.
There are 2 at every range band, so you can do one.
Yes, 2 at every range band. Roll.
Well,
So that's 4?
shockingly enough, 4 does in fact hit with 3 action points going into the pool.
All right.
What's the action point? Does the action point pool reset every game?
Yes.
Okay.
Every session, yeah.
All right, so we've got this many dice. Oh, that's not great. 2, 4, 6, 7. 2.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
7.
7 to their right leg. Man, fuck these guys' legs.
The shot rings out, and you swear it almost sounds akin to like a church bell. And then you see the bullet impact, but it seems to hit first akin to like how you would expect lead to hit into a suit, and then like plasma, and then like energy, and then almost like a splash of poison. Like you just see it all hit all at once, like shifting through the methods with which a projectile could impact. And then it lands on what looks to be like a plasma or laser burn on the suits. And the damage is significant. There would be an injury to that leg if there was anything left to injure aside from the suit itself. But the damage has been sustained.
Yeah, something's real weird about this gun.
And it is now Carter. Carter, did you spend your luck point to have things happen, or are you saving that for later?
I'm saving that. I'm almost halfway down, so I'm going to save them for a bit.
Okay, fair enough.
So Carter's going to be using the 10 millimeter because wounding doesn't seem like something that really matters for ambulatory spacesuits. So using the Pip-Boy, he's going to target the weapon hand or weapon arm, I suppose, of one of the other one at close range, and cut loose on him.
Okay, go ahead and make your roll for me.
That is 2 successes. Sorry, 3 successes. I forgot I'm better at this now.
All right, and that will make it so that now we are at 5 action points. And you do hit, so go ahead and roll where you hit and how much damage you do.
Oh, I don't have to roll for where I hit. I just dictate it because Vault Dweller.
Oh, that's right. That's right, yeah, because you got
And
fat.
do the extra successes go into damage? I forget how this system works every week.
Extra successes are generally just given as action points. They can go into damage if you're using a melee attack or if you're using a weapon that is accurate that you aimed with.
I did not aim. I did not declare it, and technically my weapon is not accurate. So, F it.
Fair enough.
So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with 2 armor piercing.
Alrighty. And that actually does punch through the armor of this suit, which actually looks like it's been reinforced with material that's similar to the weave that your suit is made out of. But it does punch through it fairly well and continue to actually deal damage. Now, where exactly did you choose to hit? The chest, head?
The weapon holding arm.
Oh, okay. So that will actually cause it to drop the weapon, but the arm still looks like it's usable. So it would have to either pick its weapon up again or rush at you to deck you.
Hey, less damage from a punch than a gun, I hope.
True enough. Next up is the danger suits. The ones at long range will spend their turn moving to close. The ones at medium range will also move to close, but they will go ahead and fire because they have some pistols.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
What could go wrong?
All right. So that'll be one success at Carter, which will not hit because his agility is way high. And the other was a failure. And then the ones at close, one with an axe and one that had a gun but now dropped it and is now putting up its fists, will rush at you. That'll be one attack at Iris and one attack at the good doctor.
Okay.
Are we sure he's good? Or maybe it means skilled. The skilled doctor.
I mean, I do try to keep, people alive.
All right. The one that has an axe just tries to swing at the doctor and just extends too far and accidentally hits a pipe, which has steam blow down right into its face and just sort of daze it a little bit, leaving it stunned for the next turn. Good doctor, it is your turn.
Seeing as it's right up close and personal then with me, I'm going to minor action aim and try and shoot that asshole that tried to chop me in the face with, a shot to him.
Alrighty. Are you utilizing your regular pistol or are you going to utilize pew pew?
I'm utilizing pew pew.
Alrighty.
Don't fuck me. That is 3 successes? Nope, just 2 successes.
2 successes will still put 1 action point into the pool for anyone who wants to utilize them down the line.
Oh yeah, it's 6.
Well, I'm going to utilize the one that I just threw into the pool then, and if I remember correctly, that gives me 1 extra attack die?
Only on melee attacks or weapons that are accurate that you aimed with.
Which my gun is accurate, and I aimed with it.
Well, okay, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
you know what you can do? You can reroll that 13.
You can also reroll the 13 if you wish with a luck point.
Oh, because you aimed. You can reroll it for free.
Well, that's right, yes. Since you aimed, you can reroll 13 and possibly get more successes.
Sure. That is another success.
There you go.
So it's two extra dice.
Okay, so I will throw those 2 extra dice back into the damage then of this.
Alright.
Nasty. Which brings total up to 16d6. Fucking god hell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Piercing 2.
Yeah. The blast actually, could you go ahead and roll 1d20 to tell me where it hits?
Yeah, I should do that, shouldn't I?
What part of them gets exploded?
17. I think that's the left leg.
Yes.
Yep.
So you just see this shot go into the leg, and it not only starts to completely depressurize the suit itself, but you can see that the corpse as it was in it also gets hit and just starts basically deteriorating, turning into ashes, akin to how a really strong laser hit sometimes makes people's bodies just deteriorate in front of your eyes.
All right. Well, that was fun.
Do make sure to remember to mark down how much ammo Pew Pew expends.
I am. I'm keeping very careful track on that.
Shit load.
Yeah.
Yep.
Iris, it is your turn. There are people in your personal bubble.
Oh, let's fix that. That is 2.
Alrighty. That will definitely hit.
All right, let's
Are
see.
you utilizing the Magnum Nomicon, or are you utilizing
Yeah, we're using the Magnum Nomicon. I don't want to take the +3 to hit.
That's fair.
Okay, well, we're shooting this guy in the other leg then.
You don't like people walking, do you?
Apparently not.
If they walk, they can get closer then. I don't like it. Stop it.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That is a significant amount of damage, and you see the shot impact and just shift through the different forms of damage again, before again landing on a laser burn. The body inside, you can see the where the decayed form just has a hole burnt through it, and you can just sort of like for a brief second smell that decay. It's very sickly sweet and disgusting. But then you just see the suit itself almost like cordon off that, like almost like an airlock to cordon off the damaged area, and you just hear medics deployed.
Well, you son of a bitch. I'm gonna shoot him again. I would like to spend 2 action points.
Okay.
I will take the oh, wait, no. I need to re-roll that. I don't have 6 yet. So I'm going to re-roll that 20. Fuck. Okay, I miss.
Alrighty. So the second shot, because you weren't expecting to smell decay like that hard today, so you're just like thrown off for a second. You're like, oh, and the second shot, unfortunately, goes a little wide. Harder, it's your turn.
All right, the one that swung at me, or did he shoot at me? I forget which one was doing
There was
what.
one that shot at you, and there was one that swung at the doctor and now is dead.
Okay, the one that shot at me, Carter's actually going to step forward and like shove him with his foot, and as he stumbles backwards, pump 2 rounds into his chest.
Okay, go ahead.
Spending those 2 action points.
Gotcha.
That'd be 3 successes.
All right, first one is definitely going to hit.
I'll roll damage first. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage with 2 armor piercing.
Okay.
Second shot is 4 successes. Actually, it was wrong. It was 4 successes the first time, but whatever.
It'll only be 2. It's only a critical success if it's below your skill number.
Right. That's correct. It was 3 then.
Yep.
So in this case, it's 2. Yeah.
Still hits.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with 2 armor piercing, 3 armor piercing. If AP can get triggered multiple times.
It can.
It
So
can,
armor
yes.
piercing 3.
Yeah, and it's 8. Because 2 counts 2.
Oh,
Yep.
my bad. I thought it was 1 and 2 both counted as 1. My bad.
It's all good. We don't get into combat a lot here, so we're all still learning a little bit. So, you notice something as you fire at this thing. You hit its chest area where there looked to be almost like this little block that had various like buttons and levers on it. And as your bullet tears through that, you can see the suit just like shudder and shiver a bit, and then you can just hear its like internal AI voice just saying, "Damage friendly." And then the chute just collapses.
Aim for the radio on the chest! Because I wanted to say aim for the Darth Vader box, but he wouldn't know that.
Alrighty. Next up is the suits. It looks like there are going to be a bunch of attacks at Carter and one at Iris. Ooh, looks like there's going to be one strike that actually does manage to hit Carter. And Iris is hit, but there will be a complication as well.
Ooh.
Okay, Carter got hit in the right leg, and Iris got hit in the left leg. We're all just attacking legs here.
Like all day.
Yeah.
A bullet drop, I'm telling you.
They're using an axe against me.
Gravity's just greater. I don't know.
Gravity's a bitch.
Yep. It weighs down upon me constantly.
All right, so Carter, you're going to take 6 energy damage, piercing 1 to your leg.
All right. That is 4 then.
Okay. And Iris will take 4 energy damage, piercing 3 to your leg.
Okay, I take the full 4.
Alrighty. Managed to avoid getting injured just barely, but still doesn't feel great to have this searing into your skin, such as it is. Doctor.
All right, time to leave. In this case, I am out. So the 2 ones that are in close range are dead. So I would have to actually move forward in order to try and do something without having difficulties. Then, correct?
There is actually one that had moved to be in close range to hit Iris. There are 3 that are now in medium. They're at the next range band with Carter, since Carter moved up and kicked one and shot it, and now they're ganging up on him a little bit.
Okay. Well, I'm going to shoot the one that is closest to Iris then, because fuck that noise.
Fair enough.
Pew. 4.
4 will do it, shockingly enough.
Yeah, that's 4. Oh boy. All right.
Back up to 5 action points.
I will send 2 points to the pool and then 1 to damage for me.
Noted.
All right, so 15d. Actually, hang on. Rolling for where it's gonna be hit in the place where the fuck it's gonna be hitting. 1. I think
Right
that's the head.
Right
Lovely.
in the dome.
All right, take this 15d6 to the head. Louis. Oh lordy. Okay, so if I remember this correctly, each 6 and 5 is in effect. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And each effect is piercing 2, so piercing 14? If I remember that correctly? Okay,
Yeah,
so piercing
that's correct.
14, and 9, 11, 12 damage, piercing 14.
You pierced more armor than you dealt damage.
I would like to point out, without stepping on any trademarks, that he has a melt-a-gun.
Kinda, yeah. If that individual was wearing power armor, you still think you probably would have run right in the 10 spot. But since he wasn't, the like intense glass that makes up the helmet just sort of like melts and like almost burns into what's left of the corpse inside, and it all just like burns away and like almost flakes off, like someone getting hit post like point blank by a fat man's nuclear blast.
And he's just going to
more
minor action look to Iris. Iris. I like this gun.
Alrighty. Speaking of, we're back up to Iris. There's no one else in your personal space now, but there are 3 danger suits just like whacking at Carter.
Do any of them seem injured?
These. No, it seems like you've taken care of all the ones that are injured, and now it's just fresh suits that are taking swings at your dapperly dressed gentleman.
Okay, that's fine. I'm debating. I think. So it's minor action to stow a gun. Minor action to pull one out.
Yes, but I would allow you to just stow one and pull one out with the same minor action.
Okay, in that case, that is what I will do. I will pull. I would like to spend 1 action point to take a second one. I'm gonna pull out my sniper rifle and aim at one of the ones on Carter.
Okay.
I will take Carter's advice and I will aim for the chest.
Sounds good.
So is it difficulty 2 because they're at medium? Does not matter. That is 3 successes.
All right, with 1 action point into the pool, unless you'd like to use it for extra damage.
Nah, we'll put it back. I already spent 1, so that will be this many. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 14 piercing 5 to its chest.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. That hits, and you can just see the little switch box on his chest just like shatter, and the suit itself just shakes and then just swings wildly. And I'm going to have it make an attack against one of its friends.
I think you disrupted its targeting matrix.
As it buries its proton axe into the helmet of its ally in its wild like spasm from everything, all of its circuitry going haywire as the central control board is basically wrecked, and then it falls.
Yeah, I like to imagine Iris like kind of looks down at the Magnum now, kind of spins it, holsters it. It's like, nah, fuck this. It pulls out her sniper rifle, just blows a hole in this fucker.
Oh yeah, and causes him to basically take the top off of the helmet from one of its friends, such as it is. Harder.
What's the action point pool at currently?
We are currently at 4 action points.
Okay. Minor action. Stim pack.
Understandable.
Alrighty.
And major action. Chest. One of the whatever is closest, honestly.
That would probably be the one that hit you, which is the one that did have its top taken off.
Yes, well, its chest plate is going to get opened up.
Fair enough.
That is one success and a complication. I think I may spend an action point to reroll that 20. In fact,
A luck point?
a luck point. I think I will, yes.
Okay.
That will be 2 successes then.
Fantastic. That will hit and put 1 action point back in the pool, so we're now at 5.
I hate the fact that we have so many roller bots because it won't default to the one that I expect it to.
Mhm.
Yeah, it happens.
Three damage, 1 piercing.
Okay. So you do hit it for a good bit of damage. It's just not enough to actually like break through the casing on the chest, but there is still damage dealt to it, and it seems to be slowing down.
I'm sure Dr. Hoffman will solve one of these things' problems.
Waiting for the Windows 95 noise. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Oof,
Uh-oh.
and both of those will hit.
Mm.
One of them hitting you right in the chest, the other going for your right leg. The chest hit deals 6 energy damage, piercing 4.
That goes all the way through.
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. As you can feel the impact hit, and you just see an opening in your suit. As you can see, like even look down and see your chest opened and being cut into and almost cauterized as it's cutting.
I believe that that's an injury as well.
That is an
Oh.
injury.
Oh, you're bleeding.
Yeah, a little bit of bleeding.
Gross. Not that I was looking particularly good being covered in ghoul goo anyway.
The next damage dice are the same.
Yep. And then the other one is another 6, penetrating 4 to your leg. So that leg is also looking fucked up and also
Fun.
injured.
Great, I have 2 hit points.
We also need to go look at the injuries because I know you fall prone and I know you're bleeding.
Yep.
I just don't remember how much the bleeding is. I think it's 2.
The bleeding is, I believe, 2. Yeah.
Yeah, so at the end of each of your turns, you will take 2 dice of damage, ignoring all resistance.
Great.
Yep. Unless healed. Speaking of, Doctor. You just saw Carter take 2 really nasty hits, and he is now on the ground and hemorrhaging a little bit.
I would say
minor
more than a
action,
little.
Move up a band. So now
Okay.
in close range. Major action, fucking gonna med this man.
Alrighty, go ahead and roll me your medicine check. Intelligence and medicine.
This is difficulty 2, I believe, because
Yes,
he
it
has
is.
2 injuries.
Yeah, difficulty is equal to the number of injuries.
Luck point that 20.
You don't want to stab him again?
Yeah,
No
just
way.
a little.
Try not to, no. That is 4 successes.
Fantastic.
Is yay medicine.
Yay, medicine.
And stabbing him with a stim pack as well. So if I remember correctly, it's I heal up to my medicine. Plus I've got healers, so it's an additional 1 on the first aid there, plus another 4 for the stim pack.
So, are you just healing him entirely, or are you trying to take care of the injuries?
Well, number one, you always try and stop the bleeding before you fully heal everything else.
So, if you want, you can forego the Stimpak's healing to just have the Stimpak heal the chest wound, and then the rest of your like natural first aid will go into healing.
Okay, I will do that then.
Fantastic.
So, one Stimpak gone, chest wound healed, and I believe that means it's 7 points of healing to him.
I believe so.
Cool.
Good.
Fantastic.
Very glad.
Casually heal an entire proton axe to the chest.
Like you do.
As one does. Iris. There are now 2 targets in medium range of you that look like they may be about to try to whack at the doctor now that he's tried to undo their work.
Currently running numbers. I think it's better if I just stay where I am and aim. We're gonna hit the one that isn't almost dead. Or the one that isn't like heavily wounded.
Okay, spreading the hate. Got it.
A little bit.
Got it. Go ahead.
We will aim for center mass once more. I aim, so I'm going to re-roll that 20. That is the 2 successes I need.
Alrighty, that will go ahead and hit. So please feel free to roll the damage.
2, 4, 6, 8, 9, piercing 2.
And that will go ahead and damage the box there, and he will swing once again at the individual that was hit by friendly fire before. And whiff terribly to the point that he loses his proton axe. Just down the hall.
That also works.
Alrighty. Both of suits are still up, though looking quite heavily damaged. Carter, you're feeling better. Your leg still hurts, but
Okay, better. Thanks, Doc. Plug your ears. As he just raises his gun hand over the doc's shoulder to unload at the one that was swinging at his back. Because he doesn't want the doctor to have his hearing blown out.
It's fair enough.
Doesn't want the doctor to have his hearing. What? What'd you say?
2 successes.
2 successes will hit and put 1 back in the pool if the pool wasn't already maxed.
Six damage, 3 piercing. Will that kill it?
With the amount of damage that it's already taken before, yes, it will.
Good, then I won't spend 2 points for another shot.
Alrighty.
Sorry, there is a cat that appears to be licking my leg wound and won't stop meowing about it.
Sometimes you'll have that.
9 kitty. So that's how we get infections. Saliva is not an antibacterial. Speaking of cats.
They know their own.
Yep. No cat. You don't get to try and come into my lap.
But consider.
If you actually want to. Okay. Gonna use the cushion.
All right. So is it the bots that are still going?
I believe it's the last one.
Yep, one last singular danger suit.
With no axe.
That in fact does not have an axe anymore. So feel free to go ahead and roll that second shot.
Oh, I can't shoot at the second one because
I mean,
I don't have gunslinger or gun fu, whichever it is, allows you to aim at different targets.
I mean, it's just a separate action. You don't have to shoot the same guy if you want to take a second action to shoot him.
Yeah, the gun fu is more for like if you want to like transfer damage from one to another.
Yeah, it makes it cheaper and easier.
Okay, then yeah, fuck that other guy.
Yeah, go ahead, go for it.
Well, no.
No. That goes wide.
Well, every shot you don't take, right? All right, down to the last danger, which is going to try to take a swing at the doctor.
Wow.
Ooh, and that will hit.
That's boxing me. All right.
In the left leg.
It will get in the left leg once again.
What is this with legs? God dang.
It's the real reason I took the sniper perk, so I could stop.
Wrong dice.
Okay, so I only take 1 damage.
You had to say something.
So, Doctor, you will take 6 damage to your left leg with no piercing. It's just 6 physical damage as the danger suit just stomps on your leg as you're trying to get out of the way.
Physical damage 4. Damage is 4, so we're going to take 2 points.
Already. Doesn't feel great, but it doesn't hurt as bad as it probably could have thanks to your armor. Iris, there's only one target left.
My turn?
I think it's the doctor's turn.
Oh yeah, the doctor. I get.
Okay, at
So
this point,
neat.
just turn back to the guy. And this guy is injured, right?
Heavily.
Cool. Just pulls the knife and shanks.
Go ahead and roll it.
Ugh, and miss horribly. Nope.
Unfortunate.
Yep. I blame the cat on my lap.
Yeah, it's the cat's fault.
I can't aim as far if I'm doing this.
All right. Now
Now
is it my
it's
turn?
Iris.
Yes,
All
now
right.
it is.
Ready, aim, fire. 3. You know what? How many action points do we have now? Fuck it.
A lot.
I think
Fuck it,
I'm max,
spending
actually.
I'm spending all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Can't
And,
fault that.
Square in the chest. Oh, that's not a great roll. I mean, I guess it is 9 damage, piercing 1.
Still a decent bit of damage, which will go ahead and put him down as the bullet tears through the central control unit and the suit falls back, still trying to move the body within before the suit just goes limp.
All right. Well, that could have gone better.
Could have gone worse too.
Yeah, as he turns
Not much.
Doc just turns back to Carter and proceeds to do another set of first aid on him.
Okay. So go ahead and make that roll. Unfortunately, you won't be able to use first aid to heal him for a little while since you had to use it to with the chest wound, but you can use first aid to try to work his injury closed.
Fix his
Yeah,
legs.
that would be good.
Stand up again.
Yeah, be able to walk. That is 2 successes.
Okay,
So-
that will be enough to go ahead and get his leg injury taken care of. Basically, just giving him a little bit more of a little splint because it isn't like the leg was broken or anything. It just had like severe trauma, and making sure that it isn't going to bleed either.
These are good things.
Yeah.
Once mobile again, Carter's going to inspect these proton axes because I don't know. Do they have power cells that can be pulled out?
They look like they all sort of have the same sort of like unit, power unit in them that once removed will basically render the axe inert. But they could be used to get a few more energy cells for the good doctor or for anything that you may use for energy down the line.
It is for pew pew that these shall be sacrificed.
Yeah,
Go
and then
ahead.
what about their guns?
The guns seem to be mostly smaller caliber. Some of them were like 9mm, a couple 45 automatics.
Well, scrounge the bullets off of those. I can't use them, but we can probably trade them later.
All right. So Iris takes care of the ammo and the guns. Everyone who's going to take care of this. Everyone who's going to take care of the energy cells from the axes, go ahead and give me a roll of science, if you would please.
Science and intelligence?
Please.
Okay. Blinded me with science. That is 1 success for me.
That is 1 success for me as well.
All right. So, our 2 brainiacs putting their heads together are able to go ahead and grab a grand total of 7 energy cells worth of power from these axes. There are a grand total of 7 9mm rounds that were able to be scrounged off of these guns, and looks about 2 45 caliber rounds that were able to be taken off of. Looks like many of them didn't really have a whole lot of ammo to go with their guns. They were mostly focusing on the proton axes.
Iris doesn't have spurs that jingle. She has pockets full of bullets.
Yeah, exactly.
So many bullets.
Of all kinds of calibers. For some reason, she even has 40 caliber. Ugh.
Didn't she start with the
I did.
Gauss?
I started with like 3 or 4 of the Gauss rounds. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Carter's going to reload the box magazine in his 10mm out of the ones that he keeps in a small box in his pocket, so that he doesn't have to reload a mag in the field.
Yep.
All right, up we go, I guess.
There's nowhere else to go but up. Unless we went to try and search the rooms it came out of.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's swamp water.
I'll be honest, don't really want to test the AI of this place.
Why? You just hear coming from the pit boy.
Well, one, we also don't know if there's more of these things in here because there very well could be.
Am I to understand that the Dara,
Dr. Dala.
this is an out of character question. So Dr. Dala is talking through my Pip-Boy.
The voice that is on your Pip Boy currently is that same like robotic female voice.
Okay.
Dr.
I was going to fit my
Dala was
virus.
very much more organic.
I was hoping that I could try and wire my virus into her as well.
I get you. You could probably try to get the same frequency to like get it back to her and get another conversation with her, but you're not sure. Like
I don't wanna.
Yeah, that's fair.
I didn't like her.
All right, medical AI, where do we go?
You will want to start heading upstairs. The way to the medical power armor should just be a straight shot.
Okay.
Up we go.
If anyone wants to go ahead and do a little quick scrounge, they can with a perception and survival test. If not, otherwise they're just.
I'll give it a shot because
Yeah.
while we're passing,
Yeah.
why not? It's a
Might
tag
as well
skill.
take a quick shot.
Fair enough.
We're not Skyrim scrounging for everything and possibly that's not nailed down, but close enough.
Well, I got 2 successes, so I might be scrounging for everything that's not nailed down.
I got nothing.
Alrighty.
I got a success, yeah.
Okay. So, Iris, you're not able to find much in terms of like ammunition anymore, but what you do find is a few what look to be kits that are similar to how Simplex look, but they look more for like robots, like robotic repair kits. The good doctor is able to find another stim pack as well as a dose of medics nearby one of the a danger suit that doesn't have anything inside of it but looks like it had been opened up, and you can see inside the suit there's all kinds of wiring and schematics that are like wiring and electronics that are meant to focus on keeping the person inside going. But go ahead and give me a roll of intelligence and medicine, if you would, please.
Okay. Three successes.
Okay. Looking inside, you can see that the suit is medically sound. Like it would be good at like giving smaller, less problematic doses of medics to just sort of help ease pains, and it would like there are systems in place for on the go, almost like tourniqueting, like made to keep blood loss at a minimum, keep pain at a minimum, to just keep the body going itself. But it doesn't look like there's any like safeguards, nothing to tell the suit, oh hey, the person inside you is dead, or to tell the suit, hey, you're trying to basically keep a dead a person that is dying going. There's nothing that is basically telling this. There's nothing inside that has the suit register when it should stop moving.
Gotcha. So this is ingenious in many ways, but also very foolhardy. Not properly tested.
I don't think these people really cared about testing. Well, I guess testing in a manner that you would consider testing, I guess. They
You're
test to make sure it works, not to make sure it's reasonable.
They're testing my patience, that's for sure.
Ethics were not an important part in Dr. Dalla's psychology.
You don't say.
Yeah, we're gonna have to fix that.
Perhaps they should have been.
As you're just walking along, you just hear the AI pipe up again. Do you guys like me?
I do not know you well enough to make a good judgment.
Oh, okay.
Well, you're one of a few people that hasn't people. Fuck it. You're one of a few people that hasn't tried to kill us immediately, so
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
several points in your favor.
yeah.
And you are cheerful, which is better than most.
I try. As you are making your way through, there are a few more doors that you just have to go through. Easy enough, especially with Iris and her easy work with bobby pins. But there is one last door that stands between you and the medical power armor. It is a door that looks like it has both a mechanical lock and a electronic one that feeds off from a small terminal to the left-hand side. So if you want to get inside, I will need test of perception and lockpicking from Iris, and whoever wants to work on the computer can give me a test of intelligence and science.
All right.
Right.
Let's science this shit.
I have to go look at my perks. Okay, I can re-roll one for free.
If
And I'm using
possible. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm using a bobby pin, which reduces the difficulty by 1.
If possible, could I give assistance to Carter?
Yes, you can go ahead and roll 1d20 utilizing your total of intelligence and science, and any successes you get will go to his total as well.
Excellent.
I will re-roll that 18. All right, that's 2.
That would be 3.
Make that 4.
4.
So, Carter, you're working through this, and you can see that this encryption is actually fairly impressive. Like, it's probably some of the harder encryption you've had to try to crack through, but with the help of your doctor friend, you're able to get on through it. The mechanical lock, with all of the work that Iris has put into being able to get into places and get into things that people might be trying to keep on their persons, she's able to crack through it fairly easily. The room inside, you can see, is basically where the force field that blocked you off from the main entrance is. You can see that inside there is all kinds of various things. There's terminals with what look to be logs on them. There is what looks to be a whole lot of medical supplies, and in the center, within a station where it is chained and held aloft, is the medical power armor, which does look like it has a fusion core and does not need to have one supplied to it.
What model?
It looks to be based off of the T60.
Gotcha. I mean, that makes sense. All right. Carter is going to start hoovering up all of his data off of these terminals because other people may be pack rats for stuff. He's a pack rat for data.
Fair enough. A lot of them are logs based off of various medical tests that were ran, including tests with the danger suits, tests with various kinds of compounds and various mixes of chems that were utilized to see like how they affected people, especially how they affect like lobotomites, people that were in the danger suits, that kind of thing. But you also see that there are logs that are almost like partially made, but have like references to logs from elsewhere. And like 27 from Dr. Boris.
Yeah, he's going to be reading through those while Hoffman is dealing with power armor because he doesn't know much about power armor other than I have read about it in books.
You know generally how power armor does, you just haven't ever had the training to actually put it on yourself. Dr. Hoffman.
Yeah, so I'd imagine he's walking forward and just looking at this kind of like, I am not trained as a knight paladin. This is far above my pay grade, but I'll try.
I mean,
if this will work well.
It being above your pay grade only really counts if it's Brotherhood stuff, right?
Yeah, true. All right. He's gonna go up around the back of it, find the large wheel gear on the back of it, and see if you can open it up. Is it just hanging, or is it like touching the floor hanging?
It is like still touching the floor. It's just like being held like upright, so it doesn't like fall over. But you feel you've seen like knights get into it. Like when they actually enter into it, the chains will detach themselves.
Okay. Crank it open. Let's see how this thing goes.
It opens up with a hiss of steam, and you can see inside it is fairly well padded, meant to be still comfortable for the user, and you are able to step on up into the armor. You've been prepared for putting on power armor, but I think this might be the first time you actually ever have had a suit of armor to put on yourself.
Yep. Right leg, clunk. Left leg, clunk. Chest forward, arms out, head in. Please don't crash, please don't crash, please don't crash.
And it closes, and you feel covered, but it doesn't feel bad. It doesn't feel like claustrophobic. It just almost feels like another set of armor that you're wearing over yourself. You can still sort of feel the ground underneath you, as you can see that everything is booting up, that there are readouts of your own medical information being put on the visor in front of you. And you can see that the system is going through all kinds of checks. And as you look around, you can see medical information just being immediately read from Carter and Iris. And you just hear, "Thank you. It's been a while since I've been able to get back into a suit." And it is the AI voice that you heard before.
Okay. Who are you?
I was the AI meant originally for the Mark II American stealth suit. I was repurposed since most of my most of my focus was on supplying medics. I was given more information, more programming for medical purposes, and repurposed for this facility and for anyone to enter the medical power armor.
Do you have a name?
I was never given one. No one ever gave me one.
Give me some time and I shall think of one for you.
Okay. Would you like a hit of Med-X?
9.
Okay. We'll save that for whenever you go into combat then.
You have your very own portable dealer.
So your strength is now 11?
Your strength is 11 while you're within the power armor. And you can... Another thing that this power armor does is that it will allow you to reroll a die on every medicine check you do.
Okay.
Pretty good.
And I'm looking at the T60 helm, chest piece, and arms.
It's real good.
Yeah, the damage resistances are at least 2, if not 3 above what I've got right now for most things. Oh boy. And he's going to step forward. I am become death, the destroyer of people.
You still got to get to him.
Yeah, I guess now it's where to, Doc?
We got one more place. We got one more key card we got to get.
Yep. Punches up the map.
Yeah, the AI said that Chanel would find us when it's time, right? Something like that.
Your friend and her animal companion will be delivered back to the sink.
They must have ridden such fun little water slides or something.
We do not have water slides here. Only teleportation devices.
Still cool.
And trapdoors, apparently.
That's new.
Sure.
All right, with a quick glance around this room, since we had a limited amount of time before we fell through the floor in said trapdoor, is there anything else worth picking up around here?
There looks to be a grand total of what looks to be a grand total of 4 stim packs.
Yup. Yoink.
I would like one of those.
Yes, you may have one.
3 doses of Med-X, 2 doses of Calmex.
I would also like those.
Yep, that's for you to carry.
And looks like 2 doses each of Daddio, Jet, and Psycho.
Yay, drugs.
Good.
Okay, let me end. All right, so Daddio reduces the difficulty of all perception and intelligence tests by 1. Increases the difficulty of charisma tests by 1. Jet just makes extra actions cost 1 less AP. It does only last 1 round, though.
Makes Myron happy.
And then Psycho is +2 dice to all +2 damage dice to all attacks, and +3 physical damage resistance that lasts for a scene. This is gross. We have so many drugs.
Yay, drugs.
Yay, drugs. And then the Med-X is +3 physical damage resistance.
Jesus Christ. Okay. So when we need it, we have enough drugs here to power a small army. Do we ever wish to go into the mercenary business? I suppose we go on to the next place then.
I'm going to use one of those stim packs because I'm only at 9 hit points.
That
Fair.
is a good idea.
Yeah.
You utilize one of the Stimpaks, and you feel a lot better. Unsurprisingly.
I might have the doc take a look at me if that's all right.
Yeah, go for it. Better now than when people are trying to hit us with axes.
And I'll save the stim pack for when people are trying to hit us with axes.
Fair enough. Doctor, go ahead and give me a medicine check. Remember that while in the armor, you get a free reroll.
Okay, cool.
That's 2 successes.
That's fine. I was only missing 4 hit points. I just didn't want to use the stim pack when we had time.
Yeah, makes sense.
Alrighty. You head on outside, and you can see that this place it's getting a little bit darker. It's getting closer to evening. The sun is beginning to set. And you hear the AI say, it might behoove you to make it your way back to the sink for now.
I believe that would be wise.
Night is a bad time to be moving around. The Night Stalkers and Cazadors are far more active during the evening.
So they mostly come at night? Okay, good to know.
They're active during the day, but more active during the evening. I think that Dr. Boris has been giving them more incentives, rewards.
Ew. Yeah, I'm all for not being in a horrible place haunted with monsters in the middle of the night when I can't see.
Yeah, I suppose it's probably for the best.
Yeah. And some rest after these combats would be very good.
You were all beginning to feel a little exhausted, except for, those of you who aren't people. Or, organic people.
Semi-organic people.
Semi-organic people. Replicants. I mean, what? Anyway.
She's seen things us people wouldn't believe.
Yeah, Massachusetts.
True.
What is this Boston of which you speak?
All right, so I need a roll of... If you're trying to make your way back stealthily, I need a roll of agility and sneak. If you're just trying to just hoof it back as quick as possible before sun sets fully, I will need a roll of... Let's make it strength and athletics to just push.
All right, so it sounds like I'm sneaking. Is it dark enough for me to get the benefits from my things.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
It makes I think I'll sneak 2. Let the big clanky guy push quickly, and Iris and I can be sneaky.
Fair enough.
All right, so I ignore the first complication, and I get an extra die for free.
I have achieved 2 successes in sneakiness.
That's a terrible fucking roll.
Still 2 successes.
It is still 2 successes, that is true.
Okay, so pushing through is strength.
That'll be strength and athletics, and remember that your strength is 11 while you're in the power armor.
I guess choo-choo, here we go. That's a success.
It's not exactly quiet, but if anything is paying attention, they're focusing on you, while the others are definitely sneaking their way back to the sink.
Yes.
But you feel great, honestly, as you're moving through this. You just it feels almost natural with the way that the suit seems to be syncing up with your body. And you just hear in your head,
Discord is eating my sound input. Hold on.
unfortunate.
Or output, rather.
As you just
Okay.
feel fine, feel like good, connected to the suit, you then hear in your head, what do you think of me now?
I still do not know enough about you. The feelings of a certain entity such as yourself being an intelligence is based around personality. The suit is not you, and you are not the suit. I enjoy the suit. It is a good tool. You seem to be okay so far.
I'll take it. And you all make your way back up into the sink, taking the elevator inside. As you can see over the crest of the hill, there are the fluttering of these bioluminescent orange, like almost two bright orange wings that are flapping in the distance. As you can see, the Cazadors are beginning to fly about. Then they are in greater numbers than they are in the Mojave Wasteland. Usually, if you're seeing Cazadors, you might see about 5, maybe 10 if you're really close to a nest. Here, you're seeing swarms. As you get to the top and you can look outside at on the balcony, you can see that the ground is covered in Cazador swarms. You can see that there are Night Stalkers running around in massive packs of, it looks to me, maybe 20 Night Stalkers with the long bodies of coyotes, but the heads and tails of rattlesnakes.
Well, that ain't good.
9.
And then you just feel, Carter, you feel a little tap at your leg, and you just look down and see Muggy. So how'd it go?
Ugh, don't ask, Muggy. Jeez.
But I just did. Answer me.
Boot.
Just kick Muggy.
It's more of a scoop. He doesn't want to break Muggy. He just wants to, like, shoo him.
He still just, like, gets scooped up and flops. So a night where you don't have to worry about moving or rushing probably sounds kind of nice. Muggy actually manages to come back and holds up a mug of what looks to be black coffee for each of you.
All right, Muggy has earned good graces.
I didn't break down these ones. Thought you might like it.
Thank you, Muggy.
Of course. And he will just roll on back. And the coffee is black and strong. It is like if you were suffering from any levels of fatigue, you would lose like 2 of them. The sink central unit actually speaks up. Beg your pardon, sir. While you were out and about, I was working with the things that you've been planting, backdoors and your own personal viruses and such.
Yes.
I believe I found something quite interesting. I was wondering if you and your compatriots may wish to take a look.
Without doubt.
Miss Chanel and Maisie have retired for the evening. Seems that the tumble was a bit much for them, and they are resting. Don't worry, we will make sure that they are kept safe and sound.
Sehr gut.
All right, show me what you found.
And then you see a door beside the elevator to the down into Big Empty proper light up, and you can see that initially it lights up Think Tank, and then it just fizzles out and lights up instead as Jail.
Jail. I'm curious, what do they keep in the jail?
If I had to guess, I would imagine members of the think tank that disagreed with them.
Oh, wow. let's
that'll be
have a
interesting.
jailbreak, baby.
I wouldn't jump that far. Not quite yet.
If you wish, I can go ahead and grant you access, but I would just warn you, the members of the think tank that did not go with them into what was previously known as the Forbidden Zone are likely still akin to how they were before. And, what's the vernacular you would utilize? Batshit crazy?
Yeah, okay.
Insane.
Well, the ones we've interacted with out there also seem to be batshit crazy, so
Oh no, unfortunately they seem to be quite sane. They're just completely devoid of ethics.
I mean there's not much difference.
The ones without ethics are worse, in my opinion. Insanity you can expect to be insane, if that makes sense. For those that have no qualms about doing anything, that means they will do everything they wish to do.
Only too true, sir. I will open
shame.
up the way to the jail for you. And you just hear a few mechanical clicks, and the door seems ready to open.
Still worth a trip, though, I think. They might be able to tell us something about the ones that remain.
Yeah.
Indeed. And as you head over there, Doctor, are you going to be staying in the power armor, or are you going to try to step out of it to conserve fusion cell energy or fusion core energy?
If I know I'm not going to... Assuming this is after we took a bit of a rest, going to be obviously left for the power armor for that. Assuming we're just going straight to the jail and then we're coming back to go to wherever the rest of the people are, not going to be power armor for that, no.
Fair enough. You head inside the jail, and it is a area that is messy and lit, but dimly so. And you can hear like a robotic whirring and the sound of like repulsors, like the units that keep iBots afloat going off. And as you head inside, you can see that there are 3 figures that seem to have almost like the tanks that are on the tops of robo-brains, but more spacious. And there seem to be like what look to be 3 little monitors that come off of each unit that has a repulsor that keeps them afloat. And they just seem to be almost like just floating about.
If those are the ones that were imprisoned, I can understand why they'd be crazy right now.
Well, okay. Hey,
And then they just, all three of the units stop moving, and the monitors just sort of like slide on what look to be like circular tracks, moving from one side of the robotic body to the other. And you can see two of the monitors are large eyes, like you've seen on your Pip-Boy, and one monitor is what looks to be a mouth.
That's not unnerving or anything.
Nein, not at all.
One of the figures, however, one of the monitors looks to be broken. One of the eye monitors is broken. And he just says, "Is that someone new? Who is that?"
Did they pull your brains out and stick them in a can?
The figures just float closer by, and the one that without one of its eyes speaks, No. Well, yes, but no. We did that of our own volition back far before when our physical fleshy bodies were beginning to deteriorate. I'm Dr. Mobius.
So you're all in cam. Got it. That makes this easier.
If you want to put it that way, sure, but it seems rather rude.
So, why'd the other doctors trap you down here?
Well, I suppose it's different for each of us. And he just looks to his left to one of the figures. Dr. 8 here, unfortunately, doesn't have the right ability to vocalize. His vocal components were shot up in a visit from a different individual. They never managed to repair him, so they just stuck him here. And then it just like shifts and turns to the right. And Dr. O here, and then you just hear him say, "It's Dr. Zero." Yes, Dr. O. Just seemed to get on everyone's nerves. He was head of the robotics division, but he never really came up with anything new or fresh. He's like, "I had plenty of ideas," and they just turns and looks at him. Okay, I didn't have any new ideas.
All right. So was it the other members of the tank that put you here, or was it Courier 6?
Oh no, Courier 6 was a friend of mine. It was the other members of the tank. The good courier was actually here managed to convince the members of the tank to stay put for a while, as they were beginning to work to get free. I was the one who initially would work to trap them in a bit of a mental loop to keep them experimenting on things here and not think about the world outside. But once my hold over them deteriorated and those black-coated buffoons made their way here, they managed to break the hold that the good courier and I had kept them here. Now Dr. Dalla, Dr. Boris, and Dr. Klein are clear-headed and ready to experiment again. And I don't think that bodes well for the Mojave.
No.
No, it certainly doesn't. And anytime those people in the black coats are involved, it doesn't bode well for wherever they are.
I take it you know them then.
And not on a personal level. It's more of a...
Tried to kill us repeatedly?
Yeah,
They shot my patient.
they're bounty hunters, to put it plainly.
I do apologize. You seemed, and he just looks over Dr. Hoffman. You seem the medical sort. I apologize for what they did to your patient.
Okay.
Bounty hunters, brutes, with some of the best technology I've ever quite seen.
Yeah.
So your doctor friend here who can't talk.
Dr. Lee, yes.
Oh, you can talk in this form.
No, he can't speak, but I can understand the binary chatter he uses. It's old Rob coding language.
Oh, I was going to see if I could rig up a way for him to talk directly, but if you can understand him and he doesn't mind, that's fine too.
I think he's gotten used to it by this point. He's been this way for 2.5 decades now.
We were kind of hoping that you might be able to shed some light on Dr. Dara and the other ones that are still up top, and give us a hand with maybe shutting them down.
Well, I can give you a bit of insight as to what they're like and what they might be focused on. As for fighting, we're not quite capable. They turned my robo-scorpions against me.
I figured that you would not be able to do anything, but insights into ways that we might be able to do something to them, that would be helpful, especially because they're interested in turning a lot of extremely dangerous technology against a lot of unsuspecting people and possibly turning them inside out.
That sounds about right. Well, when it comes to actually just dealing with them, if you can get to them easily enough, our chassis are meant more for scientific experimentation and ease of moving about the facility, not combat. But getting to them is the real tricky bit. Dr. Boris has been working to enhance his chimeric creations. I'm sure you've seen them out and about. The Cazadors and the Night Stalkers, as he calls them.
Yes, we did see some of those. We opted to stay inside at night rather than go visit them.
It's a good idea. They're not very friendly. He did say he was working on something big. I don't quite like the sound of it, but he never really got into too much detail aside from saying that he was moving away from mammalian and insectoid creatures.
So that leaves reptilian.
Don't like the sound of that.
Or birds.
All in all,
True.
bad news, I think.
Well, big if was reptilian. Cazadors are native here, so are Night Stalkers. All the things that I think of for reptilians that is big would be Deathclaws.
That's what I was thinking too.
Or the geckos.
True, but geckos are not as big as Deathclaws. That's where
No, but there's a lot more of them.
True. Especially if he's wishing to do the swarm tactics as was earlier displayed by the Night Stalkers and Cazadors.
Yeah.
Neither is good.
I would imagine that it would be quite dangerous. I don't think that he would have to worry too much about hurting whatever he makes. Most of his creations are, of course, organic in nature, given that he was focused on biology and he was more focused on ways to enhance human bodies through traits of the animal kingdom and make animals that were more resistant to radiation. As for Dr. Dala, she focused more on human biology and anatomy. She was in head of our medical practices, as you can imagine. I get this reading that her newest project has been unleashed out and about, that power armor. That should be put to good use for you.
Yeah.
That's the hope.
If I had to guess, however, she might have a special set of lobotomites that she's been working with. She always did have more of an interest in the way the body works and how to improve it. So I would watch out for any that she may have wandering about.
Why? So she's the one working with the Institute, but closely.
If I had to guess, they probably all are, but it seems that she might work with this institute in terms of making their own bounty hunters more effective.
Yeah. As if they weren't good enough at doing it on their own.
So there's always a possibility.
In terms of their, I guess, servers or whatever systems preserve their biological organs, if they have any remaining, you know how I might be able to, turn the key?
Turn the key.
Shut them down.
I mean, if they're kept in tanks like this, we could just shoot it, right?
pretty much that would be the best way to do it. If you want to try to turn their own servers against them, unfortunately, the control center for the Robo Scorpions are within what was the once forbidden zone is now turned into their personal clubhouse. Take my home, take my scorpions. He just starts like grumbling to himself.
Doctor, focus, please.
Oh, yes. Sorry, one moment. And then you just see a light light up on one of his monitors, and you just hear Mentats administered, and you just see this like slurry enter the brain area. He's like, better.
So, do you have possible back routes into this forbidden zone, your prior home?
I have a few old codes. That could help get you past some of the mechanical issues, some of the security systems and such. I don't imagine that they've been able to change too much, given that I locked out many of the monitors before they could get to me. So, if nothing else, they could give you a bit of a leg up, as it were.
If I had started building a back door into their software, would that be helpful?
That would have let you put in these codes to at least shut down some of their security systems and such ahead of time.
Oh no, I meant for you to cause a ruckus.
Ooh. I'd be very interested in causing a bit of a ruckus. It's been too long since I've made their lives hell. Especially for what they did to me here.
Well, we need one more key card before we can go and enter their little forbidden zone.
If I had to guess, that'd probably be within Boris's domain.
It would, because we've dealt with Klein and Dala already. Or at least their labs. So I'll tell you what, we get that third key card, I'm going to be real tempted to give you an uplink through my software into that back door to cause a ruckus.
And I will do everything I can with that back door to make things easier for you once you all work to breach the Forbidden Zone.
Excellent.
Who's the other good doctors here? And he's going to look to the two other brain flying men. Would you be willing to assist?
Well, I don't know exactly how much I can do.
Brains
if I can help out, I will. And then you just see Dr. 8 give off, it sounds like almost like binary chatter. Dr. 8 is in as well. If anything, he might be able to assist in terms of perhaps helping with the Night Stalkers. He was our acoustician, as it were.
Do they react badly to sound?
The right sounds.
The more you know.
We actually had a old sonic emitter that would be useful for dealing with these various creatures, but I do believe that the last model went to the good courier when he left. I could work together and see if I can't scrounge something together. It might not be the most reliable, but it'd be better than nothing, I think.
Hey, something that works some of the time is better than nothing that never works.
Yeah.
Yes. True. That was smart. Good for you. And then you just like you see one of the terminals just like reach forward and administers like a small tab of Mentats for you.
Look, free drugs.
Carter will take them in Mentats, not consume them, but he will put them in his pocket.
I would say the fact that we're here and we haven't seen any of the coursers yet is a bit concerning.
Coursers?
The folks in black coats, that's what they're called.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Because I wouldn't be surprised if they're here already. They knew we were coming here. And I assume they have their own way to get here.
Yes, they came in, I believe, through the same similar system that we use to transport a ponder with. I imagine they probably came on the same frequency. And I did get a number of transporter ponder readings. One I imagine was you all, and then 3 more.
Oh.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Wait, 3 more?
Yeah, I think we've got some folks following us.
Well, I guess they probably each have their own, but it seems odd that it wouldn't just read as one, right?
Unless they came from different sections individually. We came as a group.
That might be it. Regardless, I assume they're all here, and
Somewhere. Yeah.
yeah. You said they came in on the same frequency as us, yeah?
If I had to imagine, we have a very particular frequency that we use for our transportal ponder signals.
All right. Same frequency. Would that put them in the same place?
No, the frequency would just be used to actually like connect to the big MT. If I had to guess, they probably were in the Forbidden Zone or somewhere nearby.
All right.
So we have the 3 of us. Possibility of something that would work against the night stalkers. A back channel for them to cause chaos once we get everything inside. Plenty of drugs.
And then the
Is
word
anything
drugs
else we
comes out,
need?
and you just see another monitor come up, and it's like another tab of mentats offered to Dr. Hoffman. They're good for you.
I know, my friend. Believe me, and he will like open up his coat and just drugs.
It's like a 1970s cartoon about buying drugs in a New York alleyway.
Ooh.
Believe me, I know. We did very well in raiding the medical station. I will say that much.
Oh, Dr. Dalla won't like that.
9.
Yeah, well, she tried to kill us, so she can sit and spin.
You keep saying that, but you never say upon what?
I'm sure you have a good imagination.
I do, but I'm curious as to what you're thinking sometimes.
Well, right now I'm thinking a power drill.
That's a good one. I was not thinking of that.
Travis, I think we should probably. Well, I guess we should wait out the night before.
Yeah, we gotta wait out the night first.
That way
Yeah.
we don't get completely torn to shreds.
Once we need time for the machines that work some of the time, to do its business first.
I'll be sure to go ahead and get that to you when it's done, or let you know at least. You have a Pip-Boy. I can bring you up on that.
Thank you, Doctor.
Of course.
All right, I'll be in touch. We'll be in touch once we get that last key card.
Fantastic. And then he just like hesitates for a second. They used to be my compatriots, and I'd hate to see them go, but I don't think I can catch them in the mental loop again.
Well, it's either that or I find their brains, pull them out, and stick them into robo-dogs or something like that. But I'm not sure that I have enough, help to do that, even with the doctor.
I would just put them out of the Mojave's misery.
kind of what I was thinking, unfortunately.
Yeah, especially because even if we put them into robo-dogs, then we still have to worry about the Institute finding them, because...
Yeah.
Who knows what they can do with that, even just having their brains.
Yeah.
How old is he?
We were all alive before the war. When the bombs fell, Big MT's security defense systems came online and kept us from getting the worst of it.
So over 270 years, yeah?
Indeed. It's been hard for most of us to try to stay sane. It was when ethics were never truly an issue, but then my friends went too far with their experiments, and I could see that the writing on the wall when they've realized there might be life out there. There might be more subjects, test subjects. So I trapped them in that loop, keeping them experimenting on the same things over and over again, almost becoming caricatures of themselves, but it's what I had to do to make sure that the Mojave would be fine. If they got out, it would not be pretty.
No.
Well, considering the first thing they did was send the Mojave into a fucking nuclear winter, yeah. Well, nuclear winter wasn't caused by the bombs dropping, but regardless.
Generally, it shouldn't be snowing in Las Vegas. Generally.
They got the weather machines working again. Ugh. They used to only just be able to do that contained within one small room. Now they're doing it to cover and blanket an entire grand area. Ugh.
Yeah, unfortunately, they have help this time.
Yeah.
That institute you spoke about.
Yep,
Is that the Commonwealth Institute of Technology?
that's the one.
I didn't like the things that they were doing even before the bombs dropped. Now it's so much worse, I can imagine.
Yep.
Intimately familiar?
You could say that. Those coursers. I'm a lot like them. It's not my job to hunt down others of us, but not exactly human.
Synthetic life.
Yeah.
I wonder if it wasn't used by such pricks.
Yeah, it'd be great if they weren't talking about replacing people.
Why would they just replace people? Why not just make new people?
I don't know.
I admit that struck me as a little weird too, because it's like there's a lot of country out there with nobody in it. You don't need to replace something if there's nothing there.
Only too true, but something tells me it's a bit about control. Everyone else has much control here.
Robots are reprogrammable and they do not feel fear, cold, heat, radiation. As terrible as it sounds, it is not a horrific threat. It's the replacement was the issue.
Well, it also comes down to the fact that they say a lot of things about how synths, can't feel things. It's
Sure
not true.
Yeah, sure seems like some bull to me.
The previous generations, sure, they were just plastic stretched over a skeleton, a mechanical skeleton, but
seems like someone likes to play God.
yeah, that's. Is that why he called himself Father?
Oh, ick.
Yeah,
Not my.
no, not a good time.
It says that, or the man has what I believe what Freud would call daddies.
No, that doesn't seem right.
I
Seems
do
like
not
a
know the man.
mess.
Yeah.
I don't know him personally. All I know is he's dead, which...
Alright, so... Did we ever, out of character, did we ever actually find out who has replaced Father at the Institute?
They just mentioned that there's a new father, someone who took the title of father.
Oh, lovely. So it is a hereditary thing. Would be proud and disgusted, I think.
My favorite part out of character is, like, obviously, I have a good idea who took over the role. Because I think there's only one ending where he dies and gets replaced.
Yeah, anyway. Dr. Mobius just looks to the lot of you and says, well, I'm sorry to have brought up bad memories. I'll do what I can from here to maybe make it harder for them to come and go as they please as well. The signals that they use, maybe Dr. 8 and I could figure something out about it. Or we could get on the signals of the initial signal that they came in on.
We do have, I'm not sure if they're still using it, we do have a radio signal that we were told we could contact. When they still thought there was a chance we might work with them. I wonder if that's still...
It's worth it for them to investigate, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give them a brain teaser after all these years locked down in the tunnel.
We'd really appreciate it. We've gone through all of our crosswords.
Yeah, Iris will give them whatever frequency she was told to contact.
We will look into this. We should be able to figure out what exactly was going on with it when we can come up with the new sonic emitter. Is there anything else we can do for you? Or that, well, I don't think there's anything else you can do for us aside from dealing with our colleagues.
Perhaps we could find some Sudoku and give it back to you, but that is a good luck situation, so. Thank you for your assistance.
Thank you very much.
Oh, and please take some before you go. And then he just turns to Iris and doles out another dose of Mentats.
All right. I'll take the Mentats.
You just look down at the Mentats, and they are grape Mentats.
Oh, boy.
Oh, the best.
My favorite flavor.
Completely useless to me.
Little.
I know who can use them, though.
All right, I guess we'll head back up.
You all head back into the sink. The door closes, and you are once again back in the sink central unit. Welcome back, everyone. I do hope that was an illuminating experience for all of you.
It absolutely was. Thank you for opening the door.
Of course, sir. If there's anything else I can do, just let me know. I do believe that our biological research unit was working on putting together something in terms of food.
I think I'll have Sink wash my clothes.
I think that you would be delighted, sir.
I'm covered in ghoul and myself.
Very, very good, sir. Anything else I can help out with either of you, sir or madam?
I think some clean clothes would do me well as good also. I am currently covered with Carter.
Very good, sir.
I think I should be fine.
Wonderful, madam. Those of you who do have to eat do manage to get a little meal of what looks to be like bean burritos that come out of the research station.
Food.
And then you taste them, and they just kind of taste like plants. Like, not even like beans, they just kind of taste like vegetal.
Like the beans were made out of kale or something.
You look and you see that the research station looks to have made something that looks to be a sort of cure-all when in terms of creating organic plant matter, akin to Soylent Green type shit.
Yeah, eating
Shaped and made to look like bean burritos.
tofu bean
Excellent.
burritos.
Yeah.
Except the whole thing is tofu, not just the inside.
It's various forms of slightly different cooked tofu for different flavor textures.
It's actually just a brick of tofu.
Just a tortilla made of like soy paper wrapped
Carved.
around a block of tofu.
Yes.
Like they bring out a spinning wheel and this is how they carve it.
Like you look inside of the bean burrito, it's all just like it's like the tortilla's regular color, and then you look inside, it's just green, like a deep like forest green.
Mm.
It's just leaves.
The Sync Central Intelligence unit says, "How are you enjoying your salient green burritos, sir?"
They're burritos.
Unfortunately, there's only so much one can do when working with salient green. I do believe that the courier actually spent a long while figuring out the correct mix of spices to actually make things taste different.
I mean, they do taste within a stone's throw of a burrito, so I'll give them that.
Very good, sir. The sink washes your outfits as well as gives you fresh glasses of water for free hydration purposes. And you're all able to settle in for the night. And those of you who can sleep, do.
Definitely
Iris.
like a brick.
What's up?
Iris, you don't sleep.
Nope. I just kind of
Sleep-
sit there inactive.
Sleep is for the weak and the organic.
True.
And so you, what do you do for the evening?
Probably not a whole lot. Mostly just like generally like upkeep for the equipment, looking over everything. Not going outside because I don't want to be attacked by cazadors. Otherwise, I would keep watch. But like mostly just like keeping watch on the elevator and the door that we came into the sink. Just in case anybody decides to come and pay us a visit.
Fair enough. Give me a roll of perception and survival, if you would, please.
Sure. 2.
All right. With 2 successes, you hear it's that ease, that quiet, except for the like little hum of electricity from the various sink systems. You even kind of hear some of the systems actually like snoring. Like the auto dock is like full on sawing logs snoring. But then you hear something else kind of come to life, and you hear Iris 151R.
Oh
Or
no.
was it 1RI5? I can't remember. All of you runaways always look the same to me. Just eschewing your purpose.
Does it seem like this voice is coming from a specific direction?
It sounds like it's coming from one of the like living areas. Like you think it might actually be coming out of the jukebox.
Oh, that's fun. We're gonna go follow the voice.
Alrighty. You follow the voice, and it is actually coming out of the jukebox. There you are.
What, you couldn't come up here yourself?
I could, but then I'd make a mess, and then I'd get yelled at, and so on and so forth. Figured it's probably easier this
Right.
way.
Easier. What, just to try and taunt me?
Yeah. Taunt you, talk to you. Same deal. What was the matter with the other guys? Zeke seemed to think you're okay.
Well, the other ones, to my knowledge, weren't sociopaths that thought that hunting and killing people was a game.
But it is. I mean, humans do too, you know? They pay you if you do well enough, or they give you land. And you keep winning things off of the people that you take out. I mean, just look at what you all did to those danger suits. You couldn't wait to descend on their corpses.
Those were already dead.
Would it have been so different if they were raiders?
Maybe not.
You have fun with it too.
Difference is, most of the time, I don't go killing people that ain't trying to kill me.
Well, yeah. Since don't last too long, that's why you've been constantly on the move. If you had stayed in one place, you probably would have had to kill someone, right? Someone would have found out. Someone would have said something. Someone would have done something.
And
And
the
then
main
you
reason,
probably end up coming back to us.
main reason I've been running is because of fuckers like you.
And you were doing so well. And then you had to go and stick your nose in other people's business.
Ain't that a damn shame? Try to help people.
It all just comes back to bite you in the ass. What is it? What's the term? No good deed goes unpunished?
Yeah, it seems right.
So I gotta ask, why did you do it? Running for so long, sticking to yourself, and you just decide, what? Time to throw that away for people, a quick buck? Why get involved?
People needed help.
They were people from the Brotherhood of Steel, Iris.
Right, because the Institute's so much fucking better.
At least I'm not backwards.
You sure about that?
We're working to move on, to move forwards, to make things new and shiny and better. The Brotherhood of Steel's trying to just get all the technology and throw it into a pit that where they can say, "This is mine," and everyone else can bang rocks together.
Right, but here's the problem. The Institute's idea of moving forward is reduce everything that currently is to nothing and rebuild on the ashes.
I mean, isn't that what we've had to do so far? The bombs reduced most things to nothing.
Yeah, and then people survived and kept going.
And made raiders and Caesar's Legion.
And what happened? What happened to Caesar's Legion again?
Same thing that always happens to the losing side. Got wiped out. Always going to be a new loser. We're interested in being the winners.
Yeah, but generally the loser is the one that's trying to, destroy as much as possible so they can take over.
Isn't that what happened with the NCR too? Stomped in, said, "This is ours now." Killed anyone that got in their way.
And they got pushed away.
And what about House? What makes him so great?
Don't get me started on that fucker.
Oh, come on. I want to know, please. I haven't really got to hear anything about him yet.
He is an egotistical capitalist bastard. I don't have a damn good thing to say about him.
That sounds about right based on our records about Robert House.
But he also isn't the one that decided it'd be a great idea to plunge the desert into a nuclear winter.
Well, that wasn't us. That was the think tank.
Right, and whose fault is it that they're out doing their thing again?
Okay, that we're guilty of. But, I mean, it's the Mojave. Who gives a fuck?
The people that live here do.
Small potatoes. It's just one more little spot in a big country full of other people, other places, other things that could be of use to the right minds.
Yeah, so why are you here? That's a good point. There is a whole country of things that could be useful to you. Why here?
Well, recapturing a number of brains that would have been better used within the halls of the Institute. And then, of course, there just so happens to be so many things around the Mojave of interest to the new father.
Right. So it's not important for the people that live here. It is important to you, though.
Things here and there. We don't care about the people. We just want things from
of course not.
these various locations. The
The
divide.
Institute's never cared about the people.
Nah. See, that's where you and I can agree, Iris. Other people that are looting themselves thinking they're making a brighter tomorrow for people. Nah. Who gives a shit?
Well, see, here's the thing. I do give a shit, and I would like to make a brighter future for the people. Problem is, there's a whole lot of people that are content to either try and stop that from happening by, I don't know, sentencing a bunch of people to death because they haven't seen a winter in hundreds of years because, well, it's the middle of fucking Arizona. Nevada. The same goddamn place. Or, the people that decide, oh, hey, we're going to step in. We know what's best, so we're going to take over. Always somebody trying to put themselves in charge. Why is that?
I think it's human nature. Everyone wants to say, that's mine. That's why I think it's better that, well, maybe there should be more sense. That way we can say, this is ours, or that belongs to the Institute. Not mine, not me, us.
Well, who's in charge of the Institute?
For the moment, the new father.
Oh, are you planning a revolution or something?
I've heard whisperings.
Interesting.
Some people don't like that the new father's trying to, how'd they put it? Put a human spin on things? It's almost like he's trying to do damage control, but the house is already burnt down.
Who is this new father, anyway? I've heard a lot about him.
Iris, give me a roll of charisma and speech.
All right.
Truly what Iris is known for.
Oh, you're goddamn right it is. Nope. Unsurprisingly, 16 out of 10 do not meet 6.
Nope. Now if it was 16 minus 10.
True.
I'll give you a hint. Our father would have called him father.
Huh. Interesting.
From what I heard, though, he didn't really get the chance to. Something about some freezer vault.
All right. And now he's trying to undo all the, well, not undo, but trying to repair all the shit that happened.
A new direction. Some people don't like the where he's driving. Me. Keeps me in business.
You know, there's an awful lot going on out here.
You're telling me.
Do you really think the Institute would care if you kept trying to do this? Do you think they have enough arms out this far?
Not yet. Well, that's the thing. We've got the technology to go further. So why not? Why stick to the Commonwealth? The Brotherhood of Steel doesn't. The NCR didn't.
Yeah, we saw how well that worked out for the NCR, didn't we?
Yeah, but the NCR are a bunch of putzes, a bunch of bureaucrats.
And the Institute's just a bunch of people who are going to show up with a bunch of technology and act like they're in charge of the place.
People with better technology usually are the ones that end up winning.
Usually, yeah. But then again, well, I imagine you know how well we're doing right now. So, you'd think all the technology, all the things happening here, we'd have been put down the second we stepped foot here.
Mostly just been curious to see if you'd managed to make it through. Big Empty's got a lot of threats here.
Curious. You know, we talk a lot about human nature versus, well, it'd be better if synths just took over. I think we're a lot more human than you want to accept.
Eh. Unfortunately, we did have a basis to go off of. They couldn't make something new completely.
You think that's a bad thing?
I think it's
makes
I think
you
it's
weak.
I think it's a limiting thing.
How so?
Well, there's only so much that we can do to get away from just being, well, a new kind of human. I heard a saying before. War never changes. So men must change. But men won't. I think that we could. Or if we don't change, just be different, be better.
But you're not. You're not changing. You're not being different.
Perspective.
What is war to you?
Inefficient.
Okay. So you think, what, just by being more efficient, you're going to be better? That's how you're going to change things? That's how you're going to fix things?
Part of it. It's also easier when there is the idea of ideologies. But the thing is, when there's so many different ones, they eventually clash. They eventually fight. Someone's got to die. Someone's got to bleed. Would it be better if that wasn't the case? Peace amongst differences is a farce, a dream.
So in order to make things different, you want to make everybody the same.
Relatively. Then we can all just work together towards a goal that we all agree on.
I don't think you'd like that world. You, personally. I don't think you'd like that.
Me? No. I like the idea of it, but I would hate living in it.
Funny how that works. The idea of a perfect world seems so wonderful. Then you're there. You have everything you could ever want. And you hate it. You want more. You want something different. You want something better.
I want something fun.
So you fight back. You're not really fitting in with it. Everything's the same. Everybody agrees. So you push back. And then what happens?
I figure if this was the case, then eventually either I'd be taken out or something would change. That's assuming I'm there. That's assuming I got to see the world that we're working to make.
Problem is, I don't think anybody's ever going to see that world. Never going to happen.
Probably not.
Because, despite what people say, it's not possible. You can't get people to work together like that. Hell, you can't get synths to work together like that. If the Institute had that figured out, then there wouldn't be people like me.
Fair enough.
I think one thing I've learned from all this that I've done is that being human ain't necessarily a bad thing. It ain't a great thing. Humans do god-awful things to each other for no fucking reason. But then you get things like the folks in Lilybell who are doing every goddamn thing they can to rebuild, keep each other alive. I think there's something to that. No matter what happens, humans always have people at their backs. But you keep trying to work for the Institute like you are. You step out of line, they're gonna toss you out. You'll have nothing. You'll be nothing. Is that what you want? Just to be a tool?
At least I understand my purpose. We could have helped you understand yours. But now we know. You're not gonna learn. I'll see you around, Iris. And then the jukebox just shuts off.
Yeah, because I'm the one that needs to learn.
The night passes. The day breaks, and the lights come back on, and you just all hear, "Good morning, sirs, madam. Madam, I do hope that your overnight conversation was not too much. It seemed quite odd."
It wasn't too bad. Just somebody who thinks they knows what's best.
Isn't that most everyone, though? Everyone thinks that they know what's best. Everyone thinks that they know what's right.
Exactly.
Were you visited by the 3 ghosts of robots past, present, and future or something?
Only one of them. And less visited, more they hacked into the jukebox and...
Carter gives the jukebox an evil glare.
It just starts playing Accentuate the Positive.
That is not being your case. But I think I may have a name now.
Oh, what are you gonna name the AI?
Seeing as we're not quite sure exactly the extent of the programming, well, there is a very old and somewhat no longer remarkable German scientist that would actually be quite appropriate for this situation. And he's going to walk over to the suit. I named the Harbor.
Name detected. Approved. Hello, I am Harbor.
Harbor. Haber.
Howard.
No.
Correct.
Hopefully you live up to its early works and not its later ones.
Would you like a hit of Med-X?
Nein. Dankeschön so.
She's gonna be the biggest hit in New Vegas, I swear.
Ja. Step right up, one and all. And step in the machine, get your shot, and leave.
We should go and try and find Chanel.
Ja. Und was Maisie.
I do believe that they actually managed to head out earlier. Wanted to get a bit of a head start on the day to get to the next lab. I believe that would be Dr. Boris's biology lab.
Yeah, that's the place.
Well, I guess we better
right.
catch up then.
Yeah.
Do tell them that I said hello. Their morning constitutional seemed quite refreshing, honestly.
So that's good to know. And Hoffman will step into Harbor and start to walk on off.
Alrighty.
Wait for me.
Walking.
I would like everyone who wants to be stealthy to go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Yes.
I'm slightly less good at this now that it's not dark. Shit. See, if it was dark, this wouldn't be a problem.
I got a success.
I got a success and a complication.
I am going choo-choo and just fucking gunning it.
Right.
I'm totally imagining that Iris's complication is like she loses a shoe or something. It's like, no, my sneaker.
2 successes.
All right. So, while Dr. Hoffman is basically just sprinting as best as he can in his suit and doing quite well at it, Carter is just sneaking along, trying to keep an eye out. Iris also sneaking along, but unfortunately, she does end up just like taking a wrong step and ends up like her foot ends up like through a softer part of the ground, and she just goes oh, and just has to like yank her foot back up out again, and is just like covered in mud.
Well, that's unpleasant.
Hey, at least we'll be able to find our way back. You're leaving a trail.
Yeah, you understand the problems with leaving a trail, though, right?
I was trying to look on the bright side of things rather than the terrible side. I've seen enough of the terrible over the past couple of days.
Well, that ain't gonna get much better over the next couple.
No, I expect not.
Can I get a roll of perception and survival from everyone, please?
Sure.
Yes.
There we go. Nada.
2 successes.
2.
All right. Everyone looks up and you're just like, oh, what could be happening today that can make it? And then you see incoming a wall of white as clouds are beginning to make their way over Big Empty. And what was a fairly even temperature, temperate area, it's getting cold. Getting colder again. As it seems that the focus of the weather machine has gone back to being focused on the area of the Big Empty. And it is now snowing again.
Remember, cannibalism is not a first resort.
Oh, it may be worth mentioning I might have pissed off one of the coursers, by the way.
Gee, whatever would give me that impression.
I would like everyone to please give me a roll of endurance and survival, except for Dr. Hoffman, who's currently in a suit.
Yeah. Power armor's real good, folks.
I'm gonna buy. Can we buy a D20 for this with an action point, or is that?
I do believe you have plenty of action points.
I'm gonna buy a D20.
Oh, I didn't realize we had action points. Shit.
Oh,
Last
yeah,
time-
we
yeah,
actually
we
have
had a full 6, didn't we?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Fuck it. I'm gonna buy 2.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
All right.
That's good because I got a success.
A success is all you need for right now, as you're able to just plow your way through the snow and into the biological training facility.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Unfortunate. You, however, do take a little bit of damage just from the cold.
But Iris isn't in danger of getting lost in the blizzard or anything, is she?
No, you're all close enough that you could keep an eye on each other and stay
Good.
within equidistant. Iris takes a grand total of 3 damage, not protected by armor.
Could be worse.
Could be worse. But you make it inside, and the actual inside of this place is heated. It is warm, so you don't have to worry about it too much. Getting outside again, that might suck a little.
Well, we should probably hurry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Less time we spend in here, the faster we can get out, and hopefully the less snow is piled up in front of this goddamn place.
Would I
So-
know? Sorry. Would I know if Cazadors are more or less susceptible to cold? Would this slow them down?
Given that they're insectile, and this might slow them down. But also given the extra enhancements that were made upon them by Dr. Boris, who could say? If you had to guess just baseline, they're probably at least a good bit slower in the snow.
Like that? All right.
And
Look into the
you-
facility.
Head into the facility. This facility largely looks like it was made for training dogs, because there's a lot of diagrams of dog anatomy, canine anatomy, and enhancements that were made. This looks very similar to almost like Rex. It looks like Robo Dogs almost. Maybe less maybe less effective, less long lasting, because the actual science behind it looks a little more sloppy. But the actual principle is generally the same.
Wunderbar.
However, you don't hear any dogs. You head
dogs yet.
don't hear any dogs yet. You head further inside. Oh, Carter, you were about to say something?
No, please continue.
Okay. You head further inside and you're just looking around, keeping an eye out for things, keeping an ear out for things, until you make your way to a larger room that looks almost like natural rock, like it's been cored out to be a sort of like natural area. And you head down. You hear a dog barking, but it's a familiar dog barking. You hear Maisie.
Oh, good. Yay.
Who is barking at what looks to be a shuttered area.
Perhaps not so good.
Macy, is Chanel in there?
Maisie just looks up at you, and then you swear like she just shakes her head and just like points, just like looks around the room, like sniffs for Chanel.
Oh.
But before you can investigate more, you hear on your Pip-Boy the static of another eye coming in.
Carter, you're lucky that thing's on your goddamn arm.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Good morning, folks.
Boris.
You've heard of me. Good, I don't have to introduce myself. I'm well aware that you've gotten 2 out of the 3 key cards. Good for you, honestly. I'd love to see a good bit of persistence. And it's also good because I know that you're strong. I know that you're capable, that you're competent.
Carter is aiming the camera away from himself so Boris can't see him rolling his eyes.
I know that you're also sarcastic douchebags.
I am as pure and honorable and honest as the driven snow.
The only reason I haven't shot you yet is because you're attached to Carter's arm, even though I know it wouldn't do anything to you.
That's fair. Well, I would give you all the chance to just go ahead and leave, but I'm not going to actually pass up this opportunity to test out my newest creation.
Why don't you extol the virtues of your whatever thing you've slapped together from 10 or 12 different animals? Tell us about it.
Well, I could tell you about its way to becoming an apex predator of this area. I could tell you about the way that it's able to move from sector to sector of the United States with rapid speed. I could tell you about the fact that it can make a meal out of most anything organic, and maybe some things that are inorganic. I could tell you all that, but I'd rather show you. Say hello to the Hydris. And then he leaves your Pip-Boy, and the shutter begins to open. The shutter is about like 20 feet tall, and it is all dark inside as Maisie is barking at it. And you all turn and look, and you hear as you see stepping out Dr. Hoffman, your worst nightmare.
You had to bring them up in a previous episode, you
Is it a
motherfucker.
fucking goose?
It is a
It's a goose
giant
hydra.
goose hydra with 3 goose heads coming down from the neck. And that is where we...
The 12 labors of Hercules meets Christmas dinner.
I'm taking Medex.
Medex administered. And that is where we're going to wrap up for the evening.